Hello, my name is Clayton. A quote from Babe Ruth is, "Never let the fear of striking out get in your way." These are the words of a famous baseball player, and this quote means to never let the fear stop you or get in the way from doing something. Babe Ruth is a Hall of Fame player who set many records and changed the way people viewed the Major League. Today we are lucky to have someone like Babe Ruth that changed the game in many ways and set many unbelievable records for people to push themselves to get to or even get close to. I believe that baseball would not be as popular of a game as it is now without Babe Ruth's contribution to the sport and reputation he left behind. He is a legend in the world of sports and known worldwide, not only on his performance in the sport, but how passionate he was about baseball and how he talked about it. Playing the sport of baseball, it is impossible to not know about or hear about Babe Ruth. He is also known as the Babe or the Great Bambino. He earned this nickname by being a player of the Red Sox, who were referred to as the Great Bambinos. And a year after his retirement, he was one of the 5 players to be elected to the Hall of Fame. In celebration of Babe, I would like to further celebrate his accomplishments and contributions that are still in effect today. You may not think much when you see a baseball player hitting a home run or breaking another record, but this is an effect of Babe Ruth's career. At a young age, you were taught the basics of baseball: hitting, throwing, and catching. Those are the overall basics to the game. Some things are harder than others, and hitting falls under that category. Babe Ruth was one of the first Major League players to set records with his home runs in one season. This shocked many people and inspired other players to be better and beat these records. Without Ruth and his home run records, many players may think doing such are impossible, but he changed that, which allowed people to start working harder to achieve these goals that he accomplished. Being a 7-time World Series champion is rare in baseball. While in the MLB, Babe won the World Series in 1915, 16, 18, 23, 27, 28, and also 32. This shows that he won 2 years in a row twice in his career, which is rare and helps to show how important he was of a player. He quickly started to make a name for himself in the early years in the league with his pitching, but soon began to realize what his true talent was: hitting. He was a great pitcher, but even better at the plate. In 1927, Babe set his first home run record playing with the New York Yankees, with 60 home runs in one season, and it lasted for 34 years. During his baseball career, he said many things that are now famous quotes and influenced everyone that enjoyed the game of baseball. He was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1936 for being an outstanding player during his time in the league. Throughout all his years playing, he held 3 home run records, won multiple World Series, won an MVP award, and a 2-time All-Star. These records for 50 and 60 home runs in a season and 600 home runs in a career brought a lot of positive attention to the Major League teams. This helped the sport grow more competitive, not only with the players trying to beat the records, but the fans becoming more involved. The era of Babe Ruth was a very important time in the history of baseball, and the game has grown so much because of him. Babe Ruth brought baseball to all of America's attention with his incredible accomplishments. He allowed people to see just how good they could be, which pushed future players and ultimately helped it grow for the better. He officially retired for the game from the MLB on June 2nd, 1935. After being in the league for 22 years, after setting many records and being a nationally loved player. Babe Ruth dedicated his life to what he would call the best game in the world, and being the best he could be at it. Even when Babe Ruth was fighting throat cancer, he still talked about baseball and watched it in support of all the players. Even today, you could say Babe or the Great Bambino, and everyone knows who he is because of his accomplishments and the reputation he left behind.